Hey YouTube, Brad C here. Today we're talking about should you use a laser on an intruder. Obviously this is controversial, just like racking a slide, and I've got a video on that. I'll put a link in the info section if you want to see it, whether you should rack a slide when someone comes into your house, or I should say when someone comes in with intention of robbing or hurting you, they're breaking into your house. And this is a similar video. Should you try to use your laser to intimidate or to stop someone? In other words, should you try to use that instead of using deadly force? And what we have here is a Magpul handguard, and this thing was a bear to get on here. My father-in-law had to actually take a Dremel and Dremel this thing down. If you try putting this on a 14-inch barrel mod, you better be ready to use a Dremel, because it will not work as intended. But that's done, thank goodness. And I was able to put my laser light center mass laser on this gun. If you haven't seen my video on this, I do a full review on this laser, but just to show you real quick, as you can see, I've got it over there, and I can take my hand off. You can still see that red laser. As I back up, my spread's going to get bigger, and that's giving you a general idea of where that load's going to go, and it gives you a bigger spread the further you go back. This makes a nice little tool for you intended to put this on someone to try to intimidate them. It could be done. Now, the question is, should you do that? First of all, every situation is different. We discussed that in racking the slide. Every individual is different. Now, you may be a single man living by yourself, and you have decided that you're not going to take someone else's life, even if they try to rob or kill you. That's a respectable position. I understand that, but that's not my position. If that's your position, then yes, by all means, use whatever you can. Rack a slide, pull out the laser, put it on them, let them know that you've got a laser on them. But just remember, racking the slide or putting a laser on someone does not guarantee they're going to comply. It doesn't guarantee anything. They may panic, they may open fire on you, they may run, they may not run. You do not know what's going to happen. So don't think that having a laser on your gun is going to allow you to come into a room and put that on someone and say, aha, I've got you. Got a laser on you. Now you're stuck. That may or may not work. So just keep that in mind, folks. But a laser has its purpose. Purpose is quick acquisition. Not a scare tactic, it's quick acquisition. The good thing about a laser like this, the center mass lasers, it's actually bright enough to be used as a makeshift flashlight. So I actually don't even have a flashlight attached to this yet. I may end up getting a light, because there's always obviously the argument light or laser, but in my opinion this may be the happy medium, because this laser is so bright that it actually lights up a fair amount of room to where I can see very clearly. But that said, you might want to be a little more clear, you know. So I can see the argument for a light, and I can see the argument for a laser. But one thing about it, you certainly can't beat the fast acquisition of this laser. I mean, as I don't even have this gun on target. As soon as I pull that up, I can see right where I'm aiming at, even in, you know, pitch dark. Now, we've talked about it in the last video on racking the slide. Know your local and state laws. Make sure that you have the Castle Doctrine on your side. If you don't, you better try to work on getting that as legislation going through to where you do have that on your side, so you can protect your own home if you need to do so. There are actually states where it's illegal to protect your own home, other than hiding somewhere in a corner and just basically giving the benefit of the doubt to the burglar. I say burglar, but could it have been murderer or rapist? I mean, you have no idea what that person is doing in your house. You know they're not supposed to be there. Just a quick rundown. Got a Shockwave Technologies Raptor grip on this, Magpul handguard, and laser light center mass laser. Now they make this in green and red. I got the red. The green's a little more expensive. It's about $100 more.